horizontal surface, and on top of one filing cabinet was a color photo of a woman whom Kubu took to be Mabaku's wife. Eventually, Mabaku looked up and glared at Kubu. He shook the letter in the air. "It's your fault. The director wants me to file all the paperwork so that you get paid, that you have health insurance, and that you start contributing towards your pension. I thought that's why we have secretaries, to do all the tough work." Kubu didn't respond. "Do you have a driver's license?" "Yes, sir." "And a car?" Kubu nodded and smiled. "An old Land Rover, sir." He was still amazed that he'd been able to buy it. It was mainly due to the generosity of one of his lecturers at the university, who had wanted to sell it and had told him to pay it off when he could afford to. At his police salary, it wasn't going to be paid off any time soon. Mabaku glanced up, surprised. "How old?" The smile vanished. Quite old, sir." Mabaku picked up a sheet of paper and handed it to Kubu. "Fill this out and take it to Miriam, the director's assistant. It authorizes you to take a car from the pool if you need one. Use one of them for business rather than your Land Rover. There are usually 2 or 3 pool cars at the back of the building. Check they haven't been reserved before you take one." He scratched his head. "I'm sure I've missed something, but it'll come to me, probably at an inconvenient moment." There was a long silence, something that Kubu was good at maintaining. "Do you fit into your office?" Mabaku asked at last. "I'm sorry it's so small, but it's the only one we've got. Have they stocked it with pens, notebooks, the usual forms, and so on?" "Nobody's shown me my office, sir." "God damn it!" Mabaku pounded the top of his desk. "That Elias at reception is already trying to cause trouble for you." "I don't understand." "It's my fault. I just hope it doesn't become too much of a problem for you." Kubu frowned. "You impressed the right people at the university. They persuaded me you'd be wasted spending several years in uniform on the beat. So we took a chance and hired you as soon as you graduated. We've never done that before. Just ignore Elias and others like him. That's my advice. They're just jealous." I was expecting something like that." Kubu shrugged. Mabaku looked through the papers on his desk. "I think that's all for now. Any questions?" "Yes, sir. What's my first job? I'm keen to get to work." "We meet every Monday in the room, at the end of the passage. We're meeting in 15 minutes, in fact. We'll find out then what's happened over the weekend. That's all. Go and tell Elias that he's to show you to your office and to make sure you have the supplies you need." With that, Mabaku lifted a file from one of his stacks, opened it and started reading. "Yes, sir. Thank you, sir." Kubu heaved himself out of his chair. He closed the door quietly as he left the room and walked back to reception. "What do you want now?" Elias asked. "Assistant Superintendent Mabaku would like you to show me to my office and to make sure I have all the supplies I need." "I'm busy right now." "The Assistant Superintendent wants me to be settled in my office before the staff meeting in 15 minutes, Kubu responded, stretching the truth a little. "But if you are too busy, I'll go and ask him who can help me." Elias glared at Kubu, knowing he'd lost the round. "Follow me," he barked. As they walked down the corridor, Kubu made a mental note to double-check anything Elias did for him. He was sure Elias would try to even the score. "That's your office." Elias pointed to a door. "I'll bring the stuff you need in a few minutes." "Thank you for your help." Kubu wasn't quite able to keep the sarcasm from his tone. Sure enough, Elias walked into Kubu's office a few minutes later with a box full of supplies. Again, Kubu thanked him, but Elias just glowered.